And we are back. War of the Crow Season 2. We are doing some downtime. But it's not downtime, boring time. It's exciting time, downtime. Because half of you are dead and dying.
Yeah.
You've got a freaky new artifact that you don't know what it does.
The owner of the artifact is...
And Lorenzo's hand is starting to burn like hell. Thanks to the ghost contract.
Yes.
That's why you should always read the small print.
Wonka.
And I was planning to... I was looking forward to seeing what happens when the crew discuss, so how come the Circle of Flame sent some thuggos to knock us out and steal the scarab?
We did that out of character last week, didn't we?
Yes, but I think out of character everyone knows. I think in character no one knows, apart from maybe Silas would have a inkling.
Lorenzo was
100% Silas would know, but he may.
Lorenzo was in the pub, right?
But he was busy. He wasn't nearby to hear the conversation.
He was courting, and you were napping.
Standard.
Gambling.
Both in and out of character.
Yeah, exactly. Is Silas racked with guilt, or is he nonplussed? You put two and two together? Is he...
I think he probably has put two and two together. I think he probably didn't realise at the time of the conversation that there might be consequences. But he could see that there are consequences, and they look like a mangled old man.
And scramble-brained Aristo man.
Yeah, but to be fair, that wasn't...
Oh no, that's all on him. Aristo got scrambled trying to get the scarab. That's Silas is like, not my problem.
That ain't me, baby.
That's true.
So yeah, I don't mind. I need to heal and relieve stress, so I don't mind just blaze because it's not very exciting.
You're stressing, or you're indulging, or you're healing?
Both, ideally. These both my downtimes. One stress relief, one health relief.
Okay, cool. And I will remind you as well, if you have a trauma, it's one stress if you don't. It's one stress per trauma if you don't indulge your vice during downtime.
Luckily, I always seem to indulge my vice every downtime. I mean, that's both very in character and also just necessary.
You deserve a big role.
Yes, I do deserve a big role. Right, so remind me, indulge my stress, roll my worst thing. Is that the deal?
Mm-hmm.
Hate that. It's bullshit. Let's resolve is my least. That's the one dice in resolve. Roll that.
Yeah, if you click the attribute, you should roll it.
Oh, there's isn't there actually a click for indulging vice, isn't there?
Potentially.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
Is a click, I think.
Yeah, there is a click.
Clickety clack.
Cancel that. Okay. Indulge dice. No bonus dice. It's just it. 2. Fuck, that's well. 2. Fine. Whatever, mate. It's fine. Cool. Great. And then healing. That was indulgent process, and healing is what's the new rules? We haven't healed since the new rules have kind of come into play.
Yeah. So
amount.
First, I think Lorenzo, you have a physician friend, don't you? Now.
Melville.
So you don't need to acquire an asset to recover.
That's good.
But with the new rules, which for the audience's information is the Scum and Villainy version of healing. So you still use a healing clock as per, but when you fill it, you heal all your tier 2 and 3 harm, I believe.
Wonderful.
Or is it tier 2 and then tier 3 goes down? I think. But tier 1 harm is always removed after the score.
The tier 1 is always removed.
Yeah.
After the score.
Okay,
yes.
That makes sense. My broken arm. So I need to. So well, it does. Let me. That's. Well, okay. So what do I roll here? I haven't done it in so. as I can click on healing. Has that done something? It has done something. Okay. Is that going to be right? Or what should it be for healing? Do you know?
I think it's just a fortune roll based on your tier.
Oh God, it's done it. Oh fuck's sakes, man. Well, that's
No.
not then. That's put it against something else, isn't it? Put it against.
Did you get to pick the dice amount?
No. No.
Like,
That is
there's
weird.
There's a little bell icon next to the healing.
Mm-hmm.
That says send details to chat. Does that do anything?
Just says what I'm up to.
I see.
That's cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's awesome. I clicked healing. That just need to roll a 0 dice. So.
No, we'll roll. So you're tier 2 now. So you have a tier 2 healer.
Cool.
So I'll roll your two dice.
Okay.
So you got a 6.
Oh, nice. You did it for me. Thank you.
I rolled you a 6. So that's
lovely.
that's 3 segments on your clock.
That's cool though. What? What do you mean?
You can pay a coin to heal again, if you want, or to do another downtime.
I have to, don't I?
And then actually you'll, no matter what you roll, you'll get your final segment.
Is that how is it? So what's a 6? Oh,
So a 6 is 3 segments of the clock.
it's just what 6, 5, 6, 3, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 1.
It's 1 to 3 is 1, 4 to 5 is 2, 6 is 3, and then critical is 5.
Oh, nice. Okay, well that
was good from the top of your head.
So did actually it's a very good roll. Thank you for rolling a good roll.
Game master in here.
You got a rhyme for that.
I don't actually know how in this. Oh no, there's the dice part.
It's actually the same way you tick every clock based on a roll.
That is.
I think they should call the GM role Clockmaster in this game.
Pie master. Okay, cool.
Zillion.
Oh no, then you'd be a CM again.
Yeah.
Hey,
yes,
CM.
But what else?
Clockmaster sounds like some type of master villain in Final Fantasy or something.
The
Clockmaster.
All right, I'll take him with DM and I'll roll 2 more dice. There you go. Shit, but it's 1, so whatever.
Yep.
How do you roll a fortune? Is that something you got defaultly as like a
It's on the crew sheet.
crew sheet? Cool. Fine. Well, that sucks. That absolutely sucks. If only, as long as at least it's not someone in this party's fault that will happen, though. It's almost like maybe someone could give Saffron a coin back to atone
I
for
think
the
that Silas would be happy to have a conversation with Saffron about the dangers of charging at dangerous thugs as an old man in a wheelchair.
a wheelchair with boosters and spikes on it.
Your heal's complete anyway, right? So
Yeah, for a coin in all my downtime.
Let me just double check
Okay.
if it's 2 and
Don't
3.
get me enough.
I think 3 still become 2s, but I will just double check actually.
Don't forget, I'm still very sassy about the fact I even got that fucking wound from a successful roll. Let us not remember the nonsense that occurred.
read the cheat sheet and
Yeah, I know.
accept your broken arm. It's time.
It's fine. I don't know why in my failure they couldn't have run to get the scarab. Whereas the other
Yeah.
person's failure, they didn't get stabbed. The scarab. I would have taken the scarab still. That'd been great.
I think retroactively, is I thought that probably what should have happened is the guy should have run away, because all that happened was he ran, but then Lorenzo still shot him. So I think he probably should have ran away, so he had to chase him at least. Or
Which
there was still a
is-
level 3 harm. But also Silas has armor, and you can still reduce.
It's basically a free resist with the armor, and then
And you've
or
got
like one free
tough as
resist.
nails or something as well.
To be fair,
yeah, that one helps me with healing.
Right.
So obviously it's not very useful now, but could you have resisted that as well?
You can either resist
You could,
or
yeah,
use
it's
armor,
resist
not
armor.
both.
But the resist would have been stress. I think.
Stress. Yeah.
Or-
So Saffron could have resisted, but he would have been knocked out of the game by having too much stress anyway.
Yeah, and I got a trauma.
So he would have had a trauma.
Yeah.
So it was probably better off taking the broken arm because you can at least heal that.
Or I would have taken the he runs to get the scarab in my turn, but that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. I was going to say I get what you mean about the running away. That would have been the case if we didn't have. I think if Lorenzo wasn't like a sharpshooter with his rifle, that would have been the case, right?
And the road was quite
That was
long,
tense.
right? In my mind's eye, it was quite like a long road. I was watching down at the shop.
yeah. I feel like for a desperate consequence that he should have been almost gone, and then you would have had to pull out something really good to get him back.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
We
big
then
harm.
have Gus deploy the cow traps on the road. On Gus. He's like coughing them up like hairballs. Brilliant.
Right. Well, there you go. That's more downtime done. But hey, not the most stress reduced, but in some kind of stable state, maybe.
Did you indulge your vice and heal?
Twice. Healed twice.
I'll give you a coin if you want to get fully healed.
No, I'm already done, mate. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you. But no, it's all good.
Lorenzo would help the old man out.
No, there's only one person in the party that should have been contributing to that effort.
I'd like Saffron to know that Silas doesn't have any coin, but if he did, he wouldn't have given it to you.
Okay, well, that's really good to know, mate.
He's just gonna go spend it on some more morphine, isn't he?
No, you just spend it. I've got a lifetime supply.
Yeah, true.
Cool. Someone else downtime then.
I'm ready to go. Not having had enough of fighting as usual. Silas is down the docks. Feel like he didn't quite get all of the. Maybe he's got like a little bit of a rage essence still in his system. So he gets down there and gives a few dock workers what for. Voluntarily, you get in a ring with Silas. It's up to you.
I like to think as well that the guys who ambushed you also maybe have known them as quite good fighters. Like you've seen them in the fighting pits before.
I think in general something we could explore at some point. I think is because every time Silas goes down to the docks, he has a good fight, and sometimes he's gets beaten up and whatever. But I kind of like the idea that there's he's a very good fighter, but there's got to be someone down those docks who's a better fighter. Maybe a champion fighter. Maybe there's some sort of challenge to his fighting skills. Might be something to think about. Anyway, he's going to go down, and the dice will tell us whether or not he did well or not.
Well, decent.
Nice. That is ideal.
Is that new? It says Silas Templeton, who current. Oh no, okay, it's always said. Does it always say that about how much stress you got?
God, these character sheets are just so much better than anything else we've
Incredible,
used.
aren't they? Why is it now suddenly telling us how much stress they got? Is that because it's a special? Because we're clicking from the sheet.
Yeah, because I clicked it from Indulge Vice, so it pulled it. I guess pulled it from the same thing. Well, it sounds like Silas gets the rest of the rage out of his system. Maybe a pretty good bout, not one that ended too soon. And then, having kind of come down from his, because actually he's actually had quite a fighty day or two, because obviously there was some fighting on the school, and then he got back home, and he had to kick the shit out of his own cohort for all their whoring, which he doesn't mind particularly, but not on the job. Then he went down the docks and did a bit more fighting, and after all of that fighting, I think he's had a little bit of a moment where he's like, ooh, I'm just not sure that the cohort needed that much re-education. He's going to go back to the cohort with a little bit of a peace offering, and he's going to help them heal their harm.
Oh.
Because they received a harm from him.
They did.
Yeah,
So
he's going
to go back with a bit of peace offering. I don't think he probably. I don't think he has the medicinal skills necessarily to help their bloody noses that much. But I kind of like the idea that he's come back with some. Maybe something actual from the old chemist, some nice balms, but maybe also just some metaphorical balms, whatever the equivalent of bringing home some chocolates is, and saying, "Gosh, we sit down and watch a movie then," with his boys. Give him a bit of carrot and stick.
You put Die Hard on. Bad Boys.
Oh yeah, it's probably Bad Boys. Yeah.
Bad Boys 2 or Point Break. No, which one first?
He's there going, this could be us if you just keep on the straight and narrow,
Yeah, you go down.
Just heals the harm.
Nice.
No roll.
You go down the Crow's Foot Playhouse, where they're playing. Bad Boys, which is actually a play about how the Red Sashes got their asses handed to them.
Oh.
Maybe
that would bring everyone together.
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Yeah, I imagine it's like in Thor Ragnarok when Matt Damon's playing Loki.
Mm. Who's that demon?
I've just realised I don't actually need to do that for an action, but that's thematically what he did.
Mm-hmm.
It says here that cohorts all heal during a downtime. In fact, no, that probably makes sense. They received the damage in this downtime, so I think he has to come back and heal them. Otherwise, it would be next downtime that they would be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that it would feel a bit cheesy if they got harmed as a result of as a consequence and then immediately healed. I'll voluntarily accept that. Probably makes most sense to do it that way. So yeah, that's Silas all done. Lots of fighting and a good show.
Very cultured.
Oh, and don't forget you learnt about Flint meeting with the Circle of Flame as well.
Oh yeah, I had forgotten about that. Right, the very last thing of the session.
Yeah.
Old Flint got a bit of an axe to grind, has he?
Well, I mean, it was unclear who wanted to talk to whom, but they both seem to not be fans of the damned Emporium.
Oh, I'll give him an axe to grind.
To the face.
Yeah, you get it.
That's just one of the other thuggos in the cohort.
We go by enforcers.
I think there was a Friedrich wanted to get the museum guard into your cohort, the one who they used to distract the bluecoats. I don't know if that ever happened, but
oh, maybe there could be some post mission outreach occurring.
He's probably got arrested now, but maybe that radicalizes him.
That's it. You want to join a police force with morals? Yeah. They're my morals. So
and no smoke bombs in your trousers.
No, sir. And must worth mentioning, of course, that the Emporium enforcers are principled.
Is that a euphemism, Olly?
That's what Saffron literally did to him.
Oh. Bloody hell.
It was a grenade, actually, not a smoke bomb.
Oh yeah. That's true. All right, cool. Lorenzo, any downtime? You do have a long-term project on the go?
Oh no, I've been eyeing it up. I'd like to. I believe last time Lorenzo was frolicking in the Deathlands with this group of scavs he's found. He's accompanied himself with, and he was getting to know them more or less. So I think this time around he's going to go hunting in the Deathlands with this group.
Nice.
To accustom himself with them and their customs. Accustom himself with their customs. Well, that's what we're doing.
Would you like to use this opportunity to do some capital T tracking? to address a challenge with some tracking.
I mean, yes. Sure. Is
You
that
also
just
got
during heists, or is that any time?
it's every session. You also got your new playbook advancement, didn't you? I don't think you told everybody.
Yes.
Ooh.
So I'm not sure if I want to. Maybe we work this in over the next few sessions or so. But basically, it's Survivor. From hard-won experience or occult ritual, you are immune to the poisonous miasma of the Deathlands and are able to subsist on the strange flora and fauna there. Plus
Well, that's
one
very
That's
interesting.
fun.
So we're pretty equipped now. Saffron's got his RGB ghost propellant wheelchair. Lorenzo's got his survival out there. We're looking pretty Deathlands ready. I feel
Got
like.
my spirit mask, got my spirit dog.
Oh yeah, I've got
spirit
my
bullets.
my ghost trap as well.
Yeah, you got your ghost hook.
Yeah.
I think even all the time you spent in the work fields in the prison, maybe next to the Deathlands, maybe acclimatise you to it a bit, like a death guard.
Nibbling on the flora there.
Yeah,
It's all a bit gross.
it's good shit.
I imagine that the Duskfall prison, the Dunslow prison food is probably worse than you get, anywhere else. It's just more sloppy.
Yeah.
Ghost slop. So yeah, rolling my hunt. Risky standard.
Yep. So if you get a 6, you've completed it. Oh, just 2 segments.
2 segment. If you don't mind, I'll just do my next one on the same. Because the game plan for these scavs were to have them ready for the next heist going into the going into the Ghostlands. Do you mind if I hunt again, or shall I go for a different one?
Well, you can't actually fail, so you may as well do something narratively different, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna spend the rest of this time studying them and learning and noting on their position, watching how they move, watching what they eat, what they're looking out for,
Nice.
following their every step.
Doing the sand walk,
Yeah,
the Deathland walk.
nearly Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Hard and shit.
Yeah,
Lots of
you have to take the
fails.
1 because it's 0 dice, but you do complete the clock. That gives you another cohort of scavs.
Scavs.
Do you want
Alright.
to name or describe any members? Maybe
Can I come back to you on that?
Yes.
Because I'll come back with some detail.
Nice.
I wasn't sure if I'd get them today. Come with those details. How many are there?
Well, it'll be same. A cohort is always the same tier as yourselves. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
I've been putting off learning cohorts because it's a bit daunting, but
Cohorts are a bit odd in that they get mentioned throughout the other rule sections as well. A lot of the information is not grouped. It's just like, oh, you can also get cohorts to do that. And then there's bits where I feel like you just have to make up bits because it's just not really explained. But I think we've managed to wing it so far.
Yeah.
so I read a bit where you could use them with your action. So you do the action and you're leading them in that action. How does that just reduce, say you're leading them into a fight? Does that just reduce the consequence because it's more equal, kind of thing?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure how you'd use them and gain benefit from it. We can read up on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it says here when your crew is tier 2, your gang is quality 2 and scale 2. So that's
So
12.
in the cohorts example, it says Bobbins goes and leads a group action, rolling their 3 dice in skirmish alongside the thugs 2 dice. So you can lead them a group action and get extra dice.
Oh, neat. Seems to go in it. Is that one extra dice for the cohort?
Well, I'm guessing that goes along with the tier.
Because they can also be an expert. Or no, an expert's a different type of cohort, right?
That's just
That's
one
like
person,
that's
yeah.
an individual.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gus is an expert.
So, if you send a cohort to do a goal on their own, you just roll their quality, see how it goes. Or a PC can oversee their leading group action. If you direct the cohort with orders, roll command. If you participate, roll the appropriate action. So, I think that should be fairly clear. That sounds like it's actually quite just two ways to do it, really, or three if you split the second one in half.
Yeah.
Add an extra dice, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, so you're quality 2, which means you basically you roll 2 dice when you do stuff. And then scale 2 to 12 people, so you can get better effect if you outnumber others.
So I haven't really taken the enforcers out with us yet. So it just depends on the mission type, really. Like,
yeah, it does seem to be more of a like an open warfare style use.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess for Silas's group, it's like they were recruited to do this non-mission stuff, really. But if we find ourselves needing to storm somewhere, then he might be like, right, I know you're normally on the streets, but I got a bigger job today.
Yeah.
But I think don't want to try and make a habit of being like, hi guys, cohort's here, so I'm amazing at fighting.
And I bet as well they're even more intrigued because they're, just being on the streets a bit boring, but to go an actual job, that's a bit of excitement, isn't it?
Yeah, an actual job, much higher risk of death. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Led by the famous Silas.
Silas is Helldivers.
So what you could do, Lawrie, is you could say that your person you hired is an expert. Their quality would be tier +2, so it would be tier 3 person.
I like the idea of the group of scavengers, though.
Yeah, it's tier +1.
Oh, yeah, I might have misheard you say tier +2. Or you might have said it, but not meant it.
Why don't you get like a really just one weird guy like Thomas Hardy in that TV show? Mr. Delaney.
Taboo.
Taboo.
I know the show. Taboo. I feel like I did actually finish that show, but it's the back half of the show seems to escape me completely. I seem to remember the first couple of episodes fairly clearly, and then it's just like a haze of just a strange, troubled man.
Yes.
I actually made an
Does
RP
troubling
character.
things.
I made an RP character after him, so actually I went on his wiki and read through the whole thing, and it's just there's not much there at all. It's like, he was in the East India Trading Company, he was in Africa, he knows voodoo, and now he's in London.
Yeah, isn't his mother, wasn't she
African?
yeah. His father was English.
Yeah.
And he's doing like a voodoo ritual in his front living room.
And his butler's just like, sir? Sir?
Yeah.
Are your eyes meant to be rolling back, sir?
So, you don't want that? You want a group?
I want a group of lanky, scabby scabs. Like proper, Borderlands, Wasteland, they're all working scrap harder
Wow.
Mad Max.
Yeah.
Weirdos. Boys. War boys.
Are they all, because there is a, Severosi Deathland gang.
Are Severosi, are they the demon, folk? Or is that Akarosi? No, that's Severosi, isn't it?
Akarosi is where you are, Akaros.
Yeah.
Severos is the kind of horse lords, Dothraki types. And then the demony ones are begin with T, I think.
Yeah, the name escapes me.
The one that Saliak Khan is.
Yeah. Celiac. Celiac?
Celeriac.
Solero?
The Deathland Scavengers is a faction, actually. Tier 2 faction,
Is it?
convicts from Ironhook and desperate freelancers who roam the wasteland beyond the lightning barriers.
It was a category among the cohorts, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the Silver Nails, a company of Severosi mercenaries turned to crime when the war for the Skovland unity ended. Renowned ghost killers.
And one of the starting builds for the Hound is a Deathlands Ranger.
That's awesome.
That's a vibe.
Yeah. That's who I play.
So this cohort is in the same category of sailors and carriage drivers. They're all rovers apparently, so I don't know what you can make from that.
Yeah, I reckon they're people who obviously get paid as well, taking people into the Deathlands for certain reasons.
Like guides. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like a little spooky safari.
Yeah, spooky safari.
A spectral safari.
Yeah, alright, cool.
No.
So that's your downtime. Are you buying another or you're okay?
Nah, I'm alright.
Okay.
Satisfied with my scavs.
Skivs.
I've only got the one coin as well. Don't know when I might need it.
That is true.
Don't like having no coin. Pointless.
How did you end up coinless?
I'm a generous guy. Silas has paid for a few bits and bobs, like getting Arvis on board and stuff like that. He's always investing in the crew's future, you know.
Yeah. He's
Good
just
man.
he's just got one of those guys, you know. He's just a good guy.
He's just
like
one of
that.
those guys. You know, he's just.
Look at
Saffron
that.
invests in his cockamamie inventions.
Yes, he does, and trying to stay barely functional.
Yeah.
As a,
Maybe you should invest in some armor plating.
I talked about adding an armored wheelchair. That's kind of one of the next potentials. It's gonna be like a cage. I'm thinking like a caged hamster ball. That's basically kind of the dream.
What's
Really.
that Overwatch character?
Yeah.
Hamster
Hammy.
face.
Hammy.
Hammy. Just when's the Iron Man suit?
Like you
come?
make a good hammy.
When's
The
the
nano-
Starcraft Iron Man suit?
Sparkling nano suit. Oh, it's happening.
Yeah. It is in the rulebook, but like all the components are like tier 6, Sapphire and 5 and stuff.
My life's work. Finally, just in time to be buried in it.
Yeah.
We'll live forever in it. Just automate and it can just animate him Weekend at Bernie style for the rest of his life.
In the final episode, we should have like a Hulkbuster scene where all the pieces fly down
Hell yeah.
and connect to the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like a jousting like mounted like shield with an interlocking lance would be cool.
Yeah, something a bit more front
That'd be very
protect.
cool.
Yeah.
Something people can't turn around and whack me in the head. That's
Yeah,
my new,
yeah, yeah.
That's the
What
new
about
object.
just like your blowpipes but revolving?
And
Go back to your roots.
the Gatling,
Gatling
yeah,
blowpipe.
Gatling's the ring.
Whoa.
I like it. Right, well, blimey, it's a good progress. Then all the downtime.
Fishing.
that.
We'll have to see what Friedrich wants to do. He doesn't need to recover anything. He might need to indulge. But I imagine he will also want to train or something as well. Did anybody else get a level up last time?
No, I'm still
You. Okay. I'm just asking.
2 pips off. 2 pips off. I'd be disappointed if I wasn't leveling up with the next time round.
Yes. Well, we now enter free time.
Woo.
Is there anything anyone wants to do?
Yeah.
It was. I'm trying to think. I've kind of forgotten now. All the drama.
There's a lot going on.
Let me look back at my.
Yeah, so we've got like, we know that we know what we have to do next. So we know that's coming up. That's Lorenzo's last chance. We've got discussions around whether or not we want to start investing our time in building our strength in another area.
Good point. Doc.
We've got general nuisance going on with the Circle of Flame. We've got Flint, who probably just needs to be given a good smash into the brain.
What was the twist like last week? We saw Flynn appear
Talking with the Circle of Flame.
How did we see that? He was just talking to the bugs of Mob Plus, or we?
I think either side.
So the
saw it, right?
it was because the entanglement was
Madame
Tesselin was trying to lure the cohort, Silas's cohort, and try and get some information out of them. And whilst they were at her establishment, the Red Lantern, they saw Flint there, like going for a meeting with them.
Burn it down.
Yes, please. I've got Saffron has special expertise in burning down pubs.
Yeah, feels like it might be less of a free time activity.
What? Just go burn a barn down? That's right.
Yeah.
Takes 5 minutes. Throw a Molotov in.
I will say as well, the Red Lantern, it's the most expensive pleasure house for the reason that it is obviously the people there are very well trained physically, but also it is one of the few places in Duskfall where people can get sort of a proto therapy as well. So they service the mental as well as the physical, so you can go there and obviously no one knows that like consciously, but people will go there for healing of the soul and of the mind as well.
Interesting.
Pretty sure it's like that happens in Cyberpunk as well.
Oh yes, yeah, exactly that
But
thing.
is it the case where like 95% of the population is like, what's all that mental bollocks?
Yeah.
Nothing. We've got a fucking ghost flying around. And you're
Yeah,
worried
yeah.
about what's in your head.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a ghost in my head, mate.
It's like, oh yeah, of course I feel better. I spent a night with a nice young lady. It's like, don't mention that you just, yeah. So, maybe it'd be a bit of a shame to burn it down. Who knows? But also,
we don't know if they do that, do we? So
no, I think Friedrich would though. But I think as well, -1 with Circle of Flame. I feel like that is, you're not at war with them. They're just, I think as far as they would be concerned, this was kind of tit for tat.
Makes sense. They would attack
Yeah.
us.
I mean, ultimately, it seems to me that it's not Silas's fault that we're not friends. It's Friedrich's fault for being a dirty rotten liar in the first place. Is it really the whistleblower's fault?
Topical. I feel like we do need to have, there needs to be discussions, but someone will have to ask the crew why we were attacked by the Circle of Flame. I think Saffron especially is pretty intrigued as to why this happened.
I think it'd be interesting to go and spend some free time to go and have a chat to them, but it feels like without Friedrich, it's a bit of a waste.
I meant internally for the group. Maybe someone's air there since.
On a character level, Silas is certainly not keen to go and talk to them again.
Yeah.
He may not be owning up to his indiscretion, but he knows what he did.
Yeah. But I think it would be good as well, especially if you want to establish that goal of what you guys want to do next. You're tier 2 now. You want to make some money, but you've always kind of wanted some power, a power base.
Our goal is to take over a region.
Yeah, and I think you're feeling this momentum now, and you've got people who like you, the Lost, the Grinders. You've got the Lampblacks, who are a powerful ally. You know.
I'm trying to remember what we decided.
And I think, Silas, you would know from your kind of planning sessions, trying to help the people of Crow's Foot. Do you know that the bill hooks are people who, in Crow's Foot and the docks, have been causing a lot of aggro, a lot of bloodshed, a lot of protection rackets and violence, and people getting strung up by meat hooks because they haven't paid their money and all this.
I do think that sounds like that would seem like a nice opportunity for the the new order to come in.
So yeah, let's definitely make a play for the dots.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what can we actually achieve in a free time, really. I mean, it's not real time, so we can't achieve too much, right? We can't be like actually actively.
I can do anything, Mikey.
No, but I mean, yeah.
One thing I think Silas would like to do with his empty pockets and knowledge of how much, sorry, I don't want to mention tax, how much tax we have to pay. Silas would probably want to spend some downtime. No, he knows we have to do Lorenzo's shindig next, and probably won't be much money in that. But I think he would really want to be scoping out how do we actually get a big score next, because it's all well and good saying we want to take over a new town, but we need resources. Like a big, well-paying score.
Shall we just? I was going to suggest we just do a little scene, because I wanted Lorenzo to talk about that as well.
All right.
I had a suggestion in mind. Had a little suggestion in mind. I think Lorenzo would be like near the back of the workshop. He's kind of looking where we keep our treasury.
The empty treasury.
Yeah. Saffron, Silas, these coffers are looking a bit empty. Do you think I'm gonna be able to pay rent?
Well, luckily, thanks to some dubious tax laws from whatever year we're in, I've actually had this rent control free for the last 50 years, the Emporium, so you're all welcome. But in terms of our tithe, no, it's looking a bit ropey. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, Gus is getting hungry as well. Can't be feeding him, rats forever.
Yeah, you've gone up a tier as well, so you just spent like all of your stash on better weapons and gear.
You remember actually, we do have some visible, in place where the Emporium's nice now. It has a little coffee machine at the front. We have got visual cues as to what we can money on. So we're we're feeling there.
Silas got a weapon rack above his bunk.
Nice.
We've got the scarab in its like display case right at the front in the window.
Yeah.
No one knows what the fuck to do with it.
I'm starting to think that maybe we should stop wasting our time getting precious little artifacts and sustaining injury. How is the arm, by the way, Saffron? I'm sorry I couldn't. Wasn't swift enough to stop you charging headlong into danger.
I appreciate when I was in trouble, you lunged to my rescue. Both of you, actually. It makes an old man's heart melt. But no, feeling better now. The best physicians in Dustfall. It's all very, I'd say it's all good. It's still a very weak, crumbly old arm, but it's my weak, crumbly old arm as it was before. So,
back up to full strength then.
Back to full strength.
Yes, anyway, if you take another hit like that, you'll probably lose your arm, and all we have to show for it is this shiny bug.
We could have just kept the decoy I made and left that in the window. Would have saved all
I think maybe we should sell it to the Circle of Flame when Friedrich's not looking.
Don't tempt me. I've got a taste of this this nice life now. And now I've never seen the Emporium so glitzy and glamorous. It's been my dream for years to re-establish the Emporium as an actual thriving place to do business in. Look, there's only small amounts of dust in the corner. The rat droppings are barely visible. It's things are turning around, but I've got a taste for it now. We need to get more.
Hey, Saffron, you replicated that scarab once, right? Just do it again. We can sell them.
I appreciate your mercenary behavior, but Friedrich is still our friend and our colleague. Probably shouldn't just board the thing without at least talking to him.
Isn't replicate quite a strong term for the approximation of a scarab that you created, Saffron?
I've not heard anyone notice it's been stolen yet, so by my count, it's been the perfect switch. Thank you very much.
I mean, he's got a point, Silas.
At that point, you hear a voice. It's like, extra, read all about it. Priceless scarab stolen from White Crown Museum.
All of tinfoil left in its place.
Yeah.
Actual living bug left in its place.
Yeah.
Surprised as to who would think this would work.
It crawled away only moments later.
Tinfoil children's school project left in.
The papier mâché was dripping off very, very loosely.
Yeah.
You're so mean to my technical skills.
You
rolled a
can
5.
tinker.
I rolled a 5. I think it was a good effort. Anyway,
I think they did the Monty Python thing where they were like, "There's one place we didn't look." And then like 20 blue coats run into the museum where they say, "We found this, sir." Excellent.
So
that's not
our ambitions are set. We need, I think, our lofty ambitions to take over Crow's Foot. Perhaps, with our alliance with the Lamblacks, might be a strive too far, but I feel like we might have our eyes on the docks to better our smuggling ring and best use our fleet of 2 ships. I hear the billhooks are disliked in the area. I have no connections, but you two perhaps have some idea of how we can go about taking possession of the docks.
Well, I should say it's tempting as it is to waltz into the docks and give a beating to the billboys. We should rather focus on improving our own asset situation first. I say, I seem to remember joining this little group with the promise of some smuggling. I believe you've done any of that for a while. Why are you all so hung up on heists anyway?
Well, I had a suggestion as well, a little tip-off, but I'm not sure if, I don't think it's going to involve much smuggling.
What's that?
Well, let's hear it then.
Well, I was down at the Silver Stag. Silver Stag!
Stag lads.
Stag.
I was down at the Silver Stag and, I, heard play about, a big game going down. A high rollers game going down. Now, I'm not sure exactly when it is or where it's gonna be. But if we can make sure we're there at the right time, then there's gonna be a lot of money being flung around, right?
Well, I may have spoken a complication of heists, but robberies. Well, that's rather tempting. You suppose you could be one of the people going down and play with all the schmucks? Fancy yourself a bit of a player, do you?
Well, I could, but I'll need the capital to get myself into that position. Which, maybe we can get around somehow, but, if we can, we're just gonna need the cash.
Well, I think it sounds rather tempting.
The only thing, the owner, Helen, she doesn't know me, so if I'm playing, we'll have to do a real good job Otherwise, she's gonna know I'm involved.
Starting to think that's a little bit of a risk.
Don't we need to be focusing on the other smuggling job to smuggle those souls out to the Deathlands for the Dimmer Sisters, or you might be in a spot of bother? Lorenzo.
Yeah, this is all in the future I'm talking about, but you know, just ways to make money.
Saffron, I appreciate that you may not have many years left, but some of us in this crew would appreciate some forward planning.
No, agreed. I've planned out the next 2 years of my life. I have to, really. That's all you've got.
How is the bucket list going anyway?
Oh, wonderful. I've been to Vegas. Dustfall Vegas, I don't know what that is. I guess all of Dustfall's Vegas, really.
Dusk Vegas.
That's Vegas.
Like Saffron's bucket list is just a bucket that he puts lists in that he doesn't want.
Three needles of morphine.
I was just going to say, it's just a bucket that says morphine,
Yeah, fill it up.
morphine.
More morphine, baby. It's morphine time.
Wheelchair morphine injector? Question mark.
Are you a mighty morphine Deathland Ranger?
Yeah, the bucket list level is just scribblings of like nanosuit, more spiky blades, hovers, jets, can it fly? And he's having these projections like, what does nano? He doesn't know what nano even means, but it's in his head. It's like he's connecting some kind of weird alternate reality. It's like his ideas that don't even exist yet. He's got some connections.
Plasma screen television, full OLED,
virtual reality headset,
4K resolution.
Trouser press.
inbuilt bass and subwoofer.
Wallpaper steamer. Sparkcraft steamer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Also, can you guys see the? I like the idea.
Nice.
I like the idea of the Emporium being in Salt Ridge Market.
That's nice.
Okay.
Sweet.
I like that.
It looks
Are we
pretty much like I've ever imagined, to be honest. Like,
are we down at the bottom? That looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
the high street.
Yeah. I feel like down there. Yeah, you're down there somewhere.
Yeah.
Imagine.
All the little lights down there. That literally, if I could have, like, my head could have projected in it, that's pretty much exactly what I've ever thought. Like, yeah, that's our little emporium down there, a little corner.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool.
Isn't it cute?
Nice.
Cool.
So much to look at.
I think Arvis comes in the room with a bowl of porridge. You know what you should do?
You should franchise this porridge.
How'd you get in there?
I never left.
He just emerges from the darkness in the corner like a bloody ghost.
I mean, he is a whisper, so he probably just comes in through the ghost door.
I let myself in, don't mind me.
Oh, it's a bit chilly out there in the ghost
You left
field.
the back door open. I was just outside playing a five-a-side.
Five-a-side. No rugby for me. I'm Welsh. Nice.
No.
Nice. I mean, you could always do like a talk to your contacts about your plan to try and take over the docks and see if some sort of plan can be formed before you start. Or we can just head straight into the score proper if.
I'll mention that in character briefly then. So I'd have
Yes.
thought as well.
I also.
Hey, so say, the docks, right? Who's at the docks? Dock workers, hunters, maybe Leviathan hunters. Maybe I can mosey on down and I don't know where that went. I can have a chat with a few old friends and see if we've got any allies down there who can maybe help us out with something.
Well, I do happen to know. You may know I spent a little bit of time down at the docks myself.
Of course, I've bet on a few of your fights, yeah.
Yes, rather successfully, I believe. Down in the Never Round, I believe, is the agreement.
Absolutely.
Anyway, this chap that runs the docks is a chap called Grist, and I would bet my last coin that Marlene knows a few things or two as well.
Surely the goodness, I'm the name of it. Our big boat. It's surely at the docks, right? Surely kind of
The Foghound, yeah.
the Foghound. So we must have a relatively, at least like, knowledge of the working of the docks. We clearly must be talking to, we must be, not to prompt anything, but we must be paying or working with someone to dock it. There must be some. We must know some people down there who are.
Don't
Would that-
start the bloody boat tax.
Would that be the bill hooks or just like regular dockers? Would be that a more standard thing? Just,
Yeah, the Dockers are a tier 3 faction, but
would we be like on a like, strictly formal basis of having the big boat dock moored there? Would that be through the bill hooks, the dockers? Just
it would
just tie up and leave it.
So, I mean, obviously, Margaret Vale, who's the captain of the Foghound and her crew, would know a lot, but she would be dealing directly with the dockers.
Dockers, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so already, yeah, that's good. We've already got contact with. I'm just looking over your notes you sent us, Mr. DM, offline, about what we might need to do and why if the dockers weren't happy with the bill hooks, why the dockers not already kind of taken it over? Is it because the dockers are more just literally just like a group of like just hands that just do the actual work and they've not got like an actual infrastructure of say a businessman as a rule? Is that kind of why they've not risen up and kind of almost need someone to help the admin almost?
Yeah, I think like groups of workers, groups of people like that don't have the ability to go and take on a underworld gang, I guess.
Cool.
So I think it'd be good to have a chat to someone like Grist and just I guess start to get a proper lay of the land beyond our surface knowledge. Like we've heard a bit about how the bill hooks operate, but like try and learn what their strengths, generally speaking, what their strengths are or what their locations are or how they make their money. So anything the sorts of things that aren't like top surface level.
The general lowdown kind of. A good situational report. We should send in the scouts and the stompers together. Little joint operation. Go on, boys. See what you find out.
Lawrie, the lost as well. Your contact there are worth pulling in, I think, for this as well.
The lost.
What?
They can get lost.
They're friendly to us. They
Yeah.
We had this notion of that at some point we want to take another gang under our wing.
I think that the grinders are also a good fit for
sure.
looking out for the docks because they'd be a big fan of the old dock workers, wouldn't they?
Yep.
Because
so they'd probably be. My head's this time. What's that?
Realistically, how it would work, obviously, say we took over the docks, we would have to have like an actual working force in place to run it, because we can't be there, we'll be on ice and stuff. So we'll need to install a kind of ruling group. Could be the grinders working with the dockers.
So
they're in our place, always doing that.
The grinders were the fellas that Lorenzo met with, but turned out to be quite aggressive, chaotic, unstable, anarchist types, right?
Okay, maybe not them then.
So
that was Lorenzo's perception. I think we should
maybe not the best to.
Sure.
Damn carbies.
Why are you not a fan of the Lost? I thought they were kind of
damn tankies.
No, the Lost. They're fine. That was just funny.
Yeah, these are all the guys you met in Priz.
Rizzo.
Yeah, my homies.
But you did do a score with the Lost as well when you ambushed that guy. Two.
June.
Two, I said. So what are you doing? What do you do? What do you do?
What is in right now? Right here, right now. Lorenzo's mark on his hand turns white, burning,
Oh god.
and I take level 1 wound. Burning, ghost burn.
Ah,
Okay.
Because,
nice.
as you said previously, kind of gamed it being more or less like, oh yeah, well we can leave it 2 scores dead down on the second, blah 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 blah. So I feel like there should be some sort of like, theme or something.
Yeah, no.
And it is. I didn't say last time it's burning.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, well, so you can have this combat. You can do this chatting down at the docks if you wish, or we can jump into the score if you want. And
Yeah, I
end
mean,
the
that's,
free
yeah,
time.
I think we should. I mean, the freetime's tricky for me. It's like we could sit here and chat, and I was going to say Saffron. He does frequent the docks because he's always trying to get shit. He does have minimal shipments coming in from his various bits, but I don't know. I don't know how it would benefit us now to say, oh yeah, we're down there chatting to people, and I don't know. I feel like let's just crack on with the score.
It'd be useful to know who's who, and just get the general lowdown on what the situation is, and who doesn't like who, and who likes who, and if things were to happen, would this person be happy about that or not? Would they be willing to help or not?
Well, I'll say Saffron because again, he has regular bits, not a big ship. He has stuff coming in. He has those contacts around the different areas, shipping in small bits and bobs to supply, and maybe he goes on the docks the first time with an eye to start thinking about the actual. He's always gone down there and just gone to the point, got his boxes, taken them back, la di da. But he goes down there now with an eye, kind of to see who's doing what. Perhaps as he, as all the crates come off the boat from this most recent shipment of whatever stolen bits from Aruvia that have made their way over, little trinkets and dusts and potions. Maybe he's looking around to see who's helping. Like maybe he's bringing calls to some nearby workers and says, "You young strapping men, I need some help getting these boxes back to my emporium. Are you able to help the local business trade with your abilities?" Trying to basically see if the dockers or anyone are kind of friendly, or they just have to fuck off basically.
They're probably not going to carry stuff all the way to Crowsfoot for you when they're supposed to be on shift.
Well, okay, no, it's more like so it's more. He's obviously got the damn Dodger. It's more loading it off the damn Dodger, maybe.
Fine. Yeah.
Sell that. Will they help?
Help an old man load his shopping, will you?
Don't look inside. I don't know what's in there though, but it's fine. It's just like.
Need any help packing?
There's aren't blue pills, I swear.
Yeah, I reckon. Maybe a couple of burly blokes laugh at you and tell you to bugger off, but one of them's like, "Go on then. My old man's about your age.
Oh.
He'd want me to help."
He must be very skilled at surviving this dark and dangerous place. Did he used to work down the docks as well? Has this always been your family trade?
I guess you could say that. Yeah, way back when before the trains, obviously the docks were a lot busier, but yeah, the stories you could tell about all the boxes he lifted over the years.
I suppose many people would want to see the docks revitalised in some way. There's an appetite for a bit of enhancements. The common feeling then that it's all gone a bit downhill.
Well, there's not the shipping there used to be, obviously. I don't know how that can change. Maybe if the damn... hang on, I'm getting this right. Maybe if the damn North Hook Company would get their thumbs out their asses once in a while, I might be able to implement some of the changes we've been after, but they only seem interested in lining their coffers.
Not very good negotiation from the management then of the docks then.
You could say that.
Oh, well, yeah, it's tough all over. Well, thank you. Thank you for helping. It's good to talk, and maybe, we'll talk again.
Yeah, you go safe now, Ma. Me old mucker.
I will. Tell your pa good luck to him. If he ever needs extra mobility, I'm coming up with a few devices to help help the agedly challenged.
As the damn Dodger has like a little crane that lifts you on your wheelchair into like the driving position.
Oh yeah, it locks in.
Yep. Engage.
As the steam disperses.
Oh,
Yeah. Very Wild Wild West.
Do you have like a train bell and whistle on the Emporium, on the damn Dodger?
I think we have a little whistle.
Not very stealthy.
It's a smuggling boat.
Yeah,
so
but
it has to pass off as an actual boat as well.
Exactly. It's hiding in plain sight. They think that would never be a smuggling boat. It's far too conspicuous. They would think.
Yeah.
It might just work.
Who'd drive a bright pink boat?
Yeah, they can't be smuggling. They'd be afraid of being
The
seen.
loudest foghorn in all of Duskfall.
Which is always on.
Yeah.
It's broken. It's always
Just
a...
It's broken. It's jabbed. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, your foghorn's done.
I know.
Your fog lamps are on. Yeah, so the North Hook Company is a company that owns a big fleet of trade ships. Kind of like an East India Trading Company situation. And they used to be kind of a shipping and naval exploration company back in the olden days before the Imperium pretty much owned everything or it invaded all the other nations. And
Say that name again. The Grip Hook.
The North Hook Company. And can I ask you, Saffron, to roll me a history check?
Oh. History.
There isn't history. I just said that because I don't know what you would roll in this instance.
Study. Tinker.
You know what? No. That's not how this game works. I'm going to roll a fortune roll to see what you know. I'm going to roll your tier. So tier 2. So 2 dice.
Are we all here, or is it just Saffron?
So far, just Saffron. But no, alas, I rolled a 3 and a 1. So you do not get the juicy morsel of extra info that I could have shared with you.
No. Alas, alack.
So yes. But yeah, so you learn that the Dockers are not happy with this North Hook Company.
Learned something. That's good. There you go. Free time, baby. Nailed it.
I was going to say, Lorenzo probably knows about the North Hook. So his past sailing. Would you be able to tell us any more about it in general?
Let me roll a fortune roll for Lorenzo.
Yeah, but wouldn't he know from that being in his background of sailing on the seas and like?
But the thing, the piece of information this is
it's specific.
Yes.
I see.
That's right. He's getting the rolls out for these fortune rolls. That's how this works.
You rolled me a 6.
You know what, actually, I think since the high seas is Lorenzo's background or heritage or whichever one it is, I think you would know. I think you would know, or you would have heard this, because it does say the North Hook Company has a massive fleet of trade ships and is considered by many to be merely a private front for the Ministry of Preservation.
Oh.
And who are they?
To the faction chapter.
Factions.
They sound like Tories.
They do sound like Tories, don't they?
Sound quite
I mean,
Tory.
yeah. Preservation, conservatism.
Do they also make cuts to health budget?
That's on the faction page now. Also, it's just not what I thought it would be.
Really?
Are you looking in the rule book?
Yes. The governmental body of the Imperium that oversees all transportation between cities and the disbursement of food and other vital resources. It's they're not the Tories. They're the fucking Munitorum.
The catering department.
Ooh, what's
It's like food
Sorry.
logistics.
Warhammer reference, but yeah, they that's just not what I expected them to be.
They also oversee the spark rights.
They probably.
They
I
are-
mean, if they're in this factions list, they must have some less savoury angles going on there.
Yeah.
But the short description is a bit like.
Yeah. The bigger text box is more interesting.
Yeah. Oh, you know, it'll be like they're gonna be like the what do they call them? Hang on, it's coming to me. So like the distribution unions in the States in that era. What do they call them? The Teamsters.
Don't know.
No, it's
Never
basically
heard
the
of
whole
it.
thing of that the Irishman is based off. If you've seen it.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, TLDR. It is a 3.5 hour gang film, but the gangs are actually like the unions of Teamsters, who actually, I didn't know anything about this before watching the film. Were actually really, really powerful, large, and quite criminal organizations, even though they were supposedly like a union of all the truck drivers in the country and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So I wonder if it could, an organization that is actually about the distribution of food actually holds an enormous amount of power. So that you and with great power over the bread comes great responsibility over the bread and corruption, bread corruption.
Yep. Well, it sounds like they get a significant treasury from taxation and transportation licensing. They also own the railjacks who work the train lines. They also own a private mercenary company that answers only to the ministry itself. And they also want control of the Leviathan blood trade as well. So it sounds kind
So
of
it is
sounded,
East India Company
yeah, kind of like that,
Yeah.
kind of a bit
in every facet.
also like Soviet party as well.
Yes. Yeah, it sounds innocuous what they do, but I'm sure they will cling on to control and gain more assets with an iron fist.
Yes. So
A great people to potentially be taking issue with, though.
tier 5, nice.
Perfect. That's our cup of tea. That.
Yeah. Or if you want to help them take out the Leviathan hunters. I know Lorenzo loves them.
Fuck the Leviathan hunters.
Why would they want to take out the Leviathan hunters?
It says the ministry leadership believes that the Leviathan hunters are too vital to the public well-being to be controlled by the bickering noble houses, vulnerable to their petty rivalries and vendettas.
Basically, like the British army officers in the Napoleonic times, because they'd always duel over, you dissed my wife, I'll duel you at dawn, and they lose like a, general.
Yeah.
For no reason. That's why they
Or-
stopped dueling.
Or like MPs who are like, no, you build my hospital in my area first. I don't care what it takes. And then all the civil service have to spend millions of pounds and delay everything because of the whims. Or cancel HS2 and sell off all the land. Gah.
So topical
You see, Mikey, in the north we had this thing called HS2.
here.
And
Did you?
it was going to be the first time people in the north were able
get
to
on.
travel on time.
And
Supposedly.
they thought, no, we can't give the North that much power.
Yeah.
Who knows what they'll do with the ability to actually get places.
Yeah. Everyone would just commute to Manchester because it's better.
Disgusting.
You shut your whore mouth.
We've got the best tacos and pizza.
We do have the best tacos and pizza. That is actually a fact.
I think you still have the best smash burgers, though, annoyingly.
And fried chicken.
Yeah.
So,
And everything else.
Don't forget
Yeah.
the West.
you got the best rent prices, haven't you, mate?
Oh shit!
Oh, we went there.
You did.
Oh shit.
It's just the tactical nuke in any conversation about which city's better. Anyway, can't we all just be friends?
Mikey doesn't live in London. He lives in, like, Zone 12.
Yeah, Commutersville.
Half it. 6.
Yeah, where do you live again?
This is Bexley. It's kind of Greater London, Kent. Yeah.
It's not London at all, is it?
It's the London Borough of Bexley. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I'm just consulting a map at this.
No, don't look at a
time.
map. Don't ever look at a map.
Are you?
You don't get a tube.
kidding me?
Don't ever look at a map. Never
I
look at a map.
see. That's
Within the M25.
wow. Yeah.
Take someone starts.
Oh, you're within the M25.
Absolutely.
By a whisker.
Yeah, it doesn't get much more whiskery.
Handy, though.
Very handy. Yeah, out
So-
to Kent and London.
I don't know. I'm not calling it London.
It's the London Borough of Bexley.
If Bexley is in London, then so is Watford. And
It's definitely in London. Ridiculous. London adjacent.
no.
Greater London.
Greater London, exactly.
Greater good.
There you go, here, yeah. It's too short to get a hot fuzz reference in
Crafty
the session.
jugglers.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Love it.
Love it.
You love to see it.
Right. I
Right.
think we
Go on then.
start set up the next school.
Oh, I reckon we probably should.
These Norfolk fellas, do they hunt Leviathans as well?
So no, because the Leviathan hunters have the monopoly on it, don't they?
Oh right, so that's why they want rid of them, so they can get in on that as well.
Yeah.
That makes.
Yeah.
Oh, they might just want to kick out leadership and take control of all the crews. Don't think they've not got anything against the Leviathan hunters. Just
Yeah.
like not the blokes on the ships or whoever. It's like they want to control the assets, right? So
It's
they're not necessarily your mortal enemies in that regard. Is what I mean.
It's like if all the oil and gas was owned by aristocracy. Yeah. The royal
Yeah, they
family.
just wanna- They just
No,
wanna
thank you.
own- They just want to own that supply chain fully,
Mm,
so they have less cost.
yeah. Exactly. So I'm pretty sure.
going to get a snack, but I'll still be listening.
Ooh. It's even worse when you say it like that. You may have.
No.
You may have muted the basilisk, but it could still hear you.
Noise.
Noise.
And that's our HP reference for the day.
There you go.
There you go.
Done. Millennial cringe. Millennial cringe.
Avada Kedavra.
Does Hot Fuzz isn't cringe? That can't fit into the millennial cringe category, right?
Hot fuzz.
Well, I told some Zoomers that when they asked me what my favourite film was, and I said Hot Fuzz, and their faces made
Why
me
not Shaun of the Dead, obviously.
yeah, and their faces made me feel like maybe it's one of those films that like people in their early 20s are like, it's actually very problematic.
Yeah, of course they are. The
Wait,
character of
what?
Ed himself is.
Is Azuma to you younger or older than me?
How old are you?
25.
I think you're on the cusp. I think younger though.
Well, no, because he's not Gen Z. So it must be a Zoom.
I rate Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. Maybe it's because it's a cab. Which I agree with, but still think it's a great
Yeah,
film.
but it's a fucking film. It's a comedy. Lighten up.
Now you
Jeez.
you're definitely not a Zoomer. You're a
Now you're a
geriatric.
boomer.
Yeah.
It's in a boomer territory, mate.
Yeah.
Well, it is a film. It's not,
Yeah,
you know,
it's-
serious.
It can be both.
All these people
enjoyable
with
fun.
all those people with blue hair and pink hair clocking up the roads. I just need to get work on time.
Got to go to hospital every day.
No, representation in media is important.
I would make a comment, but I won't.
The glorification of the police is not exactly a good thing.
It's not glorifying them though.
Yeah, there's
all
not
the
shit
movies
in
that
there
they're
as
all
well.
like corrupt and shit and murderers. They're all
It's
like
true,
in
he's
on the
got-
murdering.
He's the example of like.
No, but the
the
main
actual-
characters are like the good heroic cops who shoot everyone
Yeah.
and
There are.
Yeah,
It
but
would be probably
it's
say
like-
there aren't any good
it's
cops.
so-
That's
it's
that's
so-
counter-ethical.
it's so exaggerated and over the top though that it's clearly satire, right? Like if you're
yeah,
taking
but
that seriously.
people say that about Warhammer, but then there are definitely Nazis who play Warhammer because they want to worship the Imperium.
Yeah, I know. I read that it was like one guy who went to a tournament dressed up in like full-on Nazi gear,
Yeah,
and nobody would play with him.
yeah, he
It's
got
like,
kicked out,
wonder
thankfully.
why.
Nobody played with me. I don't understand.
But then again, that's like one person out of millions, right? So
Exactly. Like how
Who
there's-
who turned up?
oh,
Yeah,
yeah, but they're fucking idiots, man.
no, I've definitely been part of Warhammer Discord servers where I feel like if I wasn't a cis white hetero bloke, I would be very uncomfortable right now. I mean, I am uncomfortable, but I
Oh,
would
yeah, but
even more so.
these Warhammer nerds are the worst as well.
No, it's Joe.
When I played Arma 3, I tried the Warhammer 40k thing. I went to one event with this random American 40k clan. It was the most degenerate thing I've ever seen. It was like you're running around with a bolter, but then they've got like AI you're fighting, which are just women in bikinis and shit. It's like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And there's just American kids screaming. It was awful.
Classic.
Yeah. So, you know, Warhammer fan base, as far as they go, I agree with you.
They are pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Nice.
They're definitely
Or
worse
the
than
angry
the
nerds. Or the angry incel nerds, that's why.
It's,
yeah. They're definitely worse than the role-playing game community.
almost certainly. So that's cool. We need to start it. I guess we start it at Zim Sisters, or we know what we're after and we're gonna just go.
Smuggling their spirits. So I imagine we go to them first, get the goods.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we can do some
Location.
gathering info.
I guess we don't have much capacity beyond my one soul catcher to bring back much goods. We don't have a plan to how we transport or carry them. We've got some experience now, though. After, I guess we're gonna want to bring Arvis with us.
Got to pay him another coin.
The whisper. Hey, we got my scabs, mate. We don't need that Arvis fella.
All right.
Scabby
Oh, you
boys.
put Arvis out of a job already.
Well, you can't pay him because you're not on coins.
Well,
So
The scavs are not.
Oh. I don't know why I felt so hurt by that. We all fucking skint, so shut up.
Yeah, the scavs are not whisperers though.
and we don't feel like we learnt enough from the Flint heist to feel like we're good at enough to transport these.
I mean, this is just
I
going to be.
actually walked through a hospital once, and I'm pretty sure I know how it's done.
Yeah.
This is just
Yeah.
taking the spirit bottles to the Deathlands.
Oh right. Okay.
We could do that.
Are we just getting beyond the wall, or are we traveling in the Deathlands themselves?
Well, it'd be a bit of both, but as per the definition of smuggling, it is to bypass a border, illicitly. So this will be there's a reason why they're hiring you to do it, essentially.
Let's tunnel under the big old wall.
What I like there,
tunnel.
before we actually have to gather information, like what are the fundamentals that we would know about transporting souls? Is what we're doing inherently likely to come into things like checkpoints? Is there someone going checking for people doing soul shipping, taking souls out of Deathlands? You know what I mean? Like, what are the basics that we would definitely know?
So obviously the main exits of the city into the Deathlands, outside lands, probably there are people checking and stuff and processing papers and all this. Obviously, as smugglers, you would know people normally smuggle things into the Deathlands out of the city through secret passageways more often than not. I believe one of your upgrades can also be like a special traversing in, like going into the Deathlands or something.
Oh yes, that is true. Okay.
What is it? Secret routes? No. Ancient gate, safe passage in the Deathlands, which you don't have yet. So you'd have to. Okay. So you would have to choose. Well, I don't think you'd be able to. Should I just quickly go back to the map? You never actually look at the map. So you can go down the river.
Oh yeah, sounds good to me.
Looks like the river goes down and out this inland.
Have we been given a destination by? Did we just take them anywhere, or must be some at least roughly destination of where we want to take them?
I think it's like far enough that the the spirits are not going to be like wandering back into the town and getting zapped by the lightning barriers.
We're taking them out and releasing.
We're
not delivering them to some geezer in the Deathlands. We're just releasing them.
No, we're just taking them out the city. Yes. Releasing the souls. They're free in the Deathlands.
We're spreading the ashes in the Deathlands.
Pretty much, yeah.
So nice. Wow. Mance.
Ooh, it is. It's much creepier than I had initially pictured it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I feel I really get what Arvis was saying that time.
Yeah. Oh, there's a cat. There's a cat at the bottom.
No, I'm a fan.
And it's a black cat with some bloody crows.
Yeah.
So what's more dustful than crows and a black cat?
I'd probably say the only thing more dustful than that is taking your mate in there to have a second soul removed from his body.
True.
Yeah, that's very on brand.
Okay. So we need to primarily establish what our actual method is, which, okay, so the river sounds good.
Yeah, our river.
Sounds like a good start.
There must be checks at some point along the river. At some point,
there's gonna be a big old gate, energy gate, blocking us, stopping us.
Yeah, I feel like that would be the first place to start with. Like, if that's our chosen route, we need to understand what the risks are better.
And how usually people would be allowed to leave. Like, what goods are actually allowed to be brought in and out of the city.
Yeah.
Like, if the guards are there, what's going to look suspicious to them?
The normal routes will still have checks on them, like for normal trade and contraband and things.
You could use your gathering information to try and find a secret waterway.
Yes.
Can that? But there's a big river. Is that? I mean, are we taking the map as gospel, or is that kind of open interpretation?
I mean, I'd say that probably the river itself probably has a checkpoint on it but I do think there are like secret waterways throughout the city, like old canal works and stuff like this that smugglers use. Also, potentially whispers are able to open and close certain ghost doors and things.
Yeah, if only we had one of those on book.
Or at least I read that in the in one of the Blades in the Dark novels.
So you know, in your gear, in your items, the documents, you can't just say, "I've got the magic documents," and they have all the things on all the
I got a
waterways.
jar of dirt.
I got a jar of dirt.
Yeah.
I got a jar of documents. I got a jar of secret maps.
And guess what's inside it?
The
I
sewer
think it is a
maps.
good point though to check on like what the scope of those loadout items are, because like I think like Laura was saying, like we can have documents on us, but that just assumes that we've already got all the appropriate information, or like subterfuge supplies and things like that.
Yeah.
I
mean, that would be definitely like something you would tie with a flashback. But also, I think you're tier 2, Blue Coat's tier 3, so you're getting pretty close to getting stuff that would fool them quite regularly. So it's not going to be too difficult, I would say, especially with a flashback and all this.
Okay.
What was I looking up?
As long as we don't, like, in our first few heists, where we just, like, bombed the...
Oh, yeah.
the dam.
Oh, yeah. No throwing gas canisters.
Yeah, so my grenade, it's gonna implode pretty silently.
And then I'm going to fall asleep.
It's gonna open a black hole, and everything down.
I think Silas is going to use gathering information then to go and meet with his pals down at the docks. His boxing buds.
Okay.
Who many of whom, or some of whom, are dockers, and I feel like there would be people there who may be a source of information for known secret waterways, because some of those dockers will be involved in their own smuggling operations and things, right? Like, or they'll be somewhere along the line. I feel like there must be someone in there who can help get a hot tip on some of the secret ways to go.
Yes.
You know, from one smuggler to another.
So I want to say that the dockers are actually more like, they're the people who work in the docks. The people who would know about those, I think, are more like the gondoliers, who are the guild of canal boat operators, venerated by ancient tradition, said to know occult secrets.
Right.
So
I think we talked about the gondoliers before, right? They actually are gondoliers, but they also have this other stuff going on. A bit like the taxi people.
Yeah. Spooky. If the black cabs were like occultists, it's like that.
In that case, maybe Silas can get a contact from someone he knows within the gondoliers, and could meet with one of the Gondolorians.
Oh.
Mando! Gondo!
Hey, Gondo! I like it's canon now that all of the gondoliers go by Gondo.
Gondo, and they have a little friend, Grogu.
Oh, every gondolier has a baby Grogu.
Small child.
Creature, demon.
Creature.
Yeah.
The Gondolier clan.
Yeah, nice.
What's their mark?
Right, let me just quickly read the gondoliers.
I don't know why I've sent Silas to do this, because he has absolutely no persuasive talent beyond intimidating people, which isn't actually really how Milo wants to approach it. but it is probably how Silas would approach it.
Well, interestingly, their allies are the Lampblacks and the citizenry of all districts, and their enemies are the Red Sashes and the Spirit Wardens.
Who's that then?
Well.
Oh, Mikey's sat up. He's interested. That's the Gondoliers.
I think Gondoliers.
Gondor calls for aid.
I don't know if I could take it too seriously to be like, we're here, the damned Emporium, and our allies, the Gondoliers. I don't know if we're level it down. Punt, everyone, punt.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're allowed to be taken seriously.
Punt faster.
It's that bit when the king's like rattling his swords along the line, and they've all got their oars up, all the gondoliers.
Yeah. Okay, no wait. Listen to this and tell me, is this not badass though? So killers have disposed of bodies in the canals of Duskwell for centuries. The vengeful ghosts that rise from the corpses are a serious threat. A threat dealt with by the Gondoliers since ancient times.
No.
Before the Spirit Wardens were created by the Emperor, the Gondoliers protected citizens from rogue spirits and supernatural dangers.
So, like, are they like,
Yeah.
are they like punts, like electroplasma charge? They like stab the ghosts. Is that what they're doing? They like, I don't know. How are they doing this?
Probably.
So Spirit Wardens are the SWAT team, and then your gondoliers are like Batman and Robin, more or less. No.
The Gondoliers are beloved by most citizens.
Man and Robin.
They're more like the cleanup crew.
Ghostman and Robin.
So, Milo, you're looking into the prospect of what the checks and passes will be to get the boat through. Is that what you're
Yes, although I might suggest that Silas might need help because he's not the master negotiator.
Yes, that's Friedrich kind of thing, isn't it?
Nor does he have any money. Which might help where negotiating fails.
Well, I was going to suggest, and this might not help at all, but I finally thought of a thematic thing for Saffron to actually do and use his skills. Potentially using his downtime to use his tinkering skills to enhance the what's the right word? The kind of stealthiness, the cover up, like really uses to create like an extra cover, an extra compartment in the ship. Something to really freaking hide these bottles in. So if we do get searched deeply, as long as we've got a good reason to go through, I don't know what, maybe we can find a good reason to go through. I'd hope to tinker enough to make it almost imperceptible, the cargo we're carrying.
Maybe I'll be being able to craft a proper sort of, like whatever it is, like. What is it they did in Narcos or something, like cocaine in potatoes or something like that? A clever, proper
exactly. Yeah, like that's what I mean. That would be an effect
under the seats.
Yeah, like really kind of fabricating into the boat, and then we would just need to then find out, what's a good excuse to let us through, legally and everything else. And then from there, we good. So that we wouldn't necessarily need to then even come up with a way to get through. We just as long as we. So if you discover someone else use their downtime to at least discover what a reason to go through would be, Saffron can use his downtime to disguise the bottle. So as long as I don't know, are you allowed to go there just for leisure? I don't know.
State your purpose. You mean gathering information, not downtime.
Sorry, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The setup, whatever we can call it.
I think as well the gondoliers are probably who you would pay a tithe to if you were going to be smuggling by boat.
But we don't want to let them know we're smuggling. We just want to let them know we're going downriver.
They know all the things happening on their rivers, on their canals. It says the turf is the canals of Duskwell. Even the Bluecoats Canal Patrol pays respects to them.
That's cool. That's what I mean, though. Even there must be a reason people go to the I mean, you can't say to them, guys, we're smuggling here. Here's your tithe. Like, or maybe you're right. Maybe is it? I guess you're right. It could be an official business, and again, we're officially delivering something, but we've secretly packaged them the bottles in, so it's not that way. It'd be a tithe, but. Is there not a way
we are going to be speaking to them to secure some information around ways to smuggle things down the river. We need that information, so they're going to find out.
Why?
Because we need to get out of the city.
Well, why do we have to say we're smuggling? Can't we just say we're just travelling down the river to see our aunt who lives in?
We just need to secretly get out of the city. I think the gondoliers might be able to put
The well-known
Two together
smuggling
and say-
gang are piloting their boat out of the city and back in again. Why? Who
for
knows?
no reason. It doesn't matter anyway, because we're going to have to pay a tithe to someone. It's just more thematic that we might be paying the tithe to the gondoliers.
guess-
Oh, I
I
see what
guess-
you mean. Sorry, I see what you mean. You're saying yes. At the end of the school, we pay our tithe. That's how they go for that. I see what you mean. You
It's
just
the
said that.
mechanical tithe. that
Great,
makes
gotcha.
sense,
Sorry,
where,
yeah,
I guess, narratively, we're paying them to keep hush.
yeah. But they're not a police force. Though. It just seems weird to say, guys, we're gonna do some smuggling, and they're like, yeah, cool, man, go for it.
I see it as more like if they find out that you were doing like jobs on their turf without paying, they would then you'd go to like -1 with them, because that's just how the tithe system works. But
then that implies we don't need to do any kind of secrecy. We just do it, and there's no need for.
No, it doesn't, because they're not the only people
Right.
who might be interested. They're okay with people smuggling on their turf if they pay the tithe, but
Cool.
the bluecoats and the grave wardens and everyone who hates us
Great.
would say, so we still need to smuggle.
Cool. So.
Why
so
don't we just ask the gondoliers to do it for us?
yeah, we just sit back. Passive income, baby. No, so right. So Silas is Saffron
we're a
is
smuggling
Fuck
agency.
the taxes! We want passive income. Fuck
Yeah,
taxes,
we've
give
actually
us
got
money for
rid of all
nothing.
of our
Come on,
smuggling
come
staff.
on.
We're just going to
Come on.
outsource it.
Fuck the tithe, money for nothing. Checks for
That's
free,
it.
money for nothing.
That's
good.
it, baby.
Dire Straits
So-
knew what I wanted from,
Do you say checks
Day
for
one.
free?
yeah, whatever.
I believe it's chicks for
Whatever.
free.
Whatever. Trevor.
You need that microwave oven.
And your MTV.
And something about a refrigerator.
Lovely stuff.
So,
Gathering information.
back to where we were some time ago. Silas wants to meet with Gondo, but if there's anyone here who's more likely to be of use when speaking to Gondo, that might be useful for them to come along with, or go instead of Silas having kind of gained a contact there.
I had a
Because
thought.
Silas is not that well equipped to do anything but accidentally pick a fight with them.
I had a thought which involved Lorenzo tracking one of the gondoliers and just seeing where that goes, seeing if it leads him down one of these passageways or something. Just track one for a while.
You want to do that? You're gathering information?
Back
No,
in
because now
once.
I've aired it out, it sounds it'd be kind of fruitless.
Might be able to find it. Why are we looking
No,
at
because
Saffron's?
the look on your face as I was saying it makes me think that he's gonna do this role, and he's just gone round in the same circle around the block. he's just doing his fares,
Yeah.
and I've just watched a guy do his job for like.
If
24
you
hours.
roll well enough, you would follow someone who went to the exact tunnel that you would want to go to. But I don't know how often the gondoliers would go out of the city, to be fair. I also think maybe we could say that Arvis is a gondolier, because they all seem to be whispers.
keep learning new stuff every day about this fella.
Arvis is mint.
And
I'm so glad Silas invested in the crew to hire him that time. It's paying dividends. But Silas is so looking forward to some of the other crew members starting to pay their Arvis tithe.
There's enough tithe already. Don't need a bloody NPC tithe as well. Gonna have a ship tithe soon enough. Gonna have a bloody leaving the city tithe, holiday tithe.
Well, maybe we have a chat with Arvis then.
Yeah.
Don't know what we can use to convince him, other than charm, to reveal such information.
Do we want him to be a gondolier, or do we want him to basically just like know stuff about the gondoliers? Because
I feel like he would. Maybe he's not one, but he's like worked with them or been around them or done
freelance
something with them before.
Yeah.
Because he's a whisper, so it makes sense that he's
Yep.
maybe helping them with the ghosts.
He's done a bit of
when
work
they get
for
a bit too
everyone, hasn't he?
rowdy.
Yep.
freelance, yeah. He's a contractor.
His little Uber Eats gondola. Although I don't know what you would want to know from him about the gondoliers. Because you want information from the gondoliers, I guess, not from him. So maybe he should be one.
I think he, because it is convenient at this moment, is a gondola.
Fine. And I accept because I don't want to make another NPC.
Okay, if this is the case, can I petition that we rename him now and forever to Gondo?
Nope.
And he's the Gondo.
Rejected.
God damn it!
Gondos.
We need to go Gondo.
No, we
When
don't.
we see him. Yeah, we do.
Stop trying to make Mando happen. Everyone agrees
will
it's
happen.
rubbish now.
Yeah, the last 2 series were shit, but come on. Let's pretend that
Whoa.
didn't happen, like Game of Thrones.
And
You
the
know?
upcoming film probably is going to be a bit cringe.
Boba Fett was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It had its moments.
You have just.
I
And
like
those moments were a number of the moments that weren't the hoverbike scenes.
The only good
Many other
bit
moments were good,
was
but not
there
those
were the
ones.
bits that were Mandalorian. Everything else was
Oh,
boring
yeah.
nonsense.
Oh, you can fucking pipe down. We already know you've got no taste in the Star Wars universe.
I like all the best things, and Mando's been great. It's been fine for the last few seasons. It's true.
Nah, the first season hit.
I think we know where the
Oh,
battle
yeah.
lines are drawn.
Shit.
To say Mando's got rubbish, but Boba Fett was good is that's a mind
Right,
boggling.
let's state some very clear, irrefutable facts here.
Okay, here we go.
The best thing about Boba Fett was the fascinating deepening of the Tuscan tribal culture and all of that stuff. That was mint.
Yes.
That was
It
really
a
good.
little bit slow, but it was all really, really cool world building shit
Yeah.
that brought the Tuscan Raiders up from to people, which I think was pretty cool. And then all the Mandalorian bit that followed was a bit like,
What about at the end, Boba Fett riding on the Rancor? And
Cool
Grogu
bits.
killing the Rancor.
That
Which
was
happened.
that was very I'm in my Star Wars toy box.
Yeah.
But still, Boba
Smash
Fett
back.
riding a
Is it-
Rancor.
anything with
Turn your
Boba
brain
Fett.
off. Don't think about it. Just enjoy it.
Yeah,
I-
anything
Impossible.
after when Mando first appears, like episode 6, yeah, Boba Fett's good. The rest of it, agreed with Milo. But
I enjoy
very cool.
I'm happy to enjoy all of the Mandalorian while going, it's all right. But come on.
And any time he delivers
Well, we know
that,
what the best Star Wars content is, don't we? Come on.
Yes. We can't say it, but we know. We know.
Don't fucking say it.
Don't judge it till you watched it.
Can't. I literally, if you watch something that makes you fall asleep every time you watch it, I don't know if it's possible to watch
Just
it.
skip ahead. Well, I'm not gonna even. Not
Skip
gonna
ahead
even.
40 episodes.
No, it's a lost cause, mate. Lost cause.
If anything, the first 3 episodes are a bit slow. Episode 3 is great. Onwards,
I
but
still think I'll pop up
you
saying
need
like
you need the
oh,
patience of a
You
an
need the
adult.
patience of at least an adolescent.
cool. The saint. I think it means.
Yeah.
Right, where do you guys get to?
So, for some time now, I have been suggesting that somebody speaks to a fucking Gondalorian. But
No.
if there's just wondering if there's any volunteers,
okay,
do it.
Milo,
It's not Silas. And if the answer is no, just say no, and Silas can go
Milo.
and fuck it up.
listen. The reason is none of us are very social. Not even
Oh,
Friedrich's
well,
are very
Just
social.
say that instead of suggesting a different activity every time Silas says anything.
I have one
Yeah,
pick
but
and right?
we've not had a social group since the start. We've been
Well,
antisocial
someone might have
from the
gained a
beginning.
pick somewhere.
Well, then
We
look,
punch
what-
people and shout at people. That's how we get what we want.
but
Right.
that's why Lawrie was going with
Someone put a coin in Silas's pocket just in case this goes badly, so we still
We've
get some useful
got to
information.
play to our strengths. Silas, if you want to know something, you should be thugging someone up and like, roughing them up and getting the information that
Silas
way.
doesn't want to go and beat up the Gondalorians.
But
Everyone
then-
You wouldn't stand
loves
chance
the
against Gondo anyway,
Gondalorians.
mate.
What are you trying to figure out, Silas? You're trying to figure out.
How to smuggle successfully on this operation.
Secret passage through the wall.
We need a secret passage. These are the people that will know where there is one.
But-
It's information that we need.
But do we need one
But-
if our cargo is covered? We just need a good cover to go through. We don't
Do
need.
we trust?
Yes.
Saffron can deliver.
Oh, so sorry. So I actually have skill in tinkering to do this. You have no
Right.
skills that you're trying to do. Let's rely on our strength, or we're
Go
going to
on,
sit
then.
here.
Let's see how your tinkering goes.
Have you seen his wheelchair, man?
Have you seen my
If
scarab?
the tinkering goes well, we might not need a backup plan.
We need. I'll tell you three things we need. We need actual kind of cover to make the pass. We need an ingress point, and we need actually knowing where the fuck we're mooring and going to. So those are the three things that we find out.
Well, what we're concerned is getting out the walls, and then we can just go in the Deathlands. You know, go a bit further
We've
out.
got the boat as our escape plan. That's we need a bit of a plot of the Deathlands, which I assume doesn't exist, but that's what we need. So let me roll.
We probably can't really bring all the scabs with us, can we? Because like we've got a little smuggling boat.
I like the idea.
Where are you and those 12 rough gentlemen heading?
Well,
just an orgy down the river. Don't worry.
Oh, we're just delivering some
milk
jars of pickled leeks to the Deathlands.
I mean, maybe you know how
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
You know how we secured the contract for the prison? Maybe a similar thing like that. Although we can't do that in gathering info, but possibly. Just because I'm thinking it's too big. We did a whole heist for it last time, right?
Right. Gathering information is supposed to cut down on all the planning and stuff. So,
right,
someone do something now. Arvis is there. Hello. What can I do for you?
Can I have great effect on my tinkering, or is it still
what
standard?
are you tinkering now? I don't even know what you're tinkering.
What we discussed. I'm trying to either create a hidden compartment in the boat, or to fabricate the cargo that would be identified as being questionable, i.e., the ghost spirits, into the make them look like an innocent package. The aim is to make them indecipherable. That even if we were to be boarded, they would not be able to locate or identify.
So you already have smuggler's rigging. 2 items carried are perfectly concealed.
Okay.
I'm happy to say the 2 items are 2 crates of souls, of spirit bottles.
So this is on the vehicle?
It's on your crew upgrades sheet.
Do we know how many spirits we're transporting, smuggling, by the way?
2 crates. How many bottles is that?
I think it's as many as... Well, I think the value they'll pay the same 3 coin per crate. So you'll be able to conceal 2 crates. Max.
We need to start earning more money.
Unless you...
Can I just put a slight problem? This is the problem, right? We keep saying we want to do bigger, better scores, but we keep having to do these scores, and the rewards are shit.
Well, keep in mind, this score is to save Lorenzo's life, not
that's a fair
save
point.
his ass. It's not really a money-making score. We were, in our free time, trying to line up some scores to do after for the money-making.
Because this is going to be 2 times. We're going to get 4 coin if we're successful. If we're even fully successful, that's 1 coin each. The whole is not what we're after.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't think about it.
You can take more crates, but they're not going to be concealed.
Great. Well, then we will, and Saffron will roll tinkering to conceal them.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like a gathering information, but I'll allow it. I feel like
I get that. But how else can I go? I know what you mean, but I guess the problem is we've not had in the free time we would have discussed that then.
Yeah. Okay, it's fine. I think gathering information is kind of like free time. It's like preparation.
Yeah. That's why I think stuff to make this.
I think we've made a great free time of it.
Oh,
yes.
And Saffron, because the workshop you get a +1, right?
That's all my crafting. Specifically, in downtime.
Shit.
I like your head at. I like you go for the bonus points. Right. So limitations then. So say you want to smuggle 2 more crates. Mm-hmm. What are you giving me for my tinkering to create even more camouflage, to weave it into the fabric of the boat, to conceal them as just milk jars?
Yes.
Is it going to get? Is it one like a standard effect? Is 2 limited? What do you think?
Yeah, I think if we do it like crafting, so like was it 4/5 is equal to your tier or whatever it is. Is it?
What did you say? 4-5. What do you mean by 4-5?
Like if your highest roll is a 4 or a 5, it's like your tier, and then if it's a
plus
6,
one.
it's higher than.
6 is 4. I think 4-5 is going to be tier.
Yeah.
The workshop goes +1 to that.
Yeah.
As a critical is tier +1.
Yep.
But instead, it's 6. Can I get the rule book?
Makes I think 6 is +1.
Well, the critical is definitely something. I'd be surprised if it was that generous, to be honest. I would hazard a guess. 6 quality is tier +1, 4-5 is quality equal to tier, yeah.
So I reckon if it's your tier, I think you disguise the crates. Like a couple more crates. I think if it's higher tier, you conceal them on the boat.
Sorry, explain that, sorry.
So if it's your tier, you're just making them look not like spirit bottles. But they're still like, people would find them if they search the ship.
Right.
Higher tier, you will actually be able to conceal them in cubby holes and all this.
Cool. And are you giving me a bonus for workshop?
You get an extra dice, I guess, for workshop.
It's just +1 to the result, isn't it?
So like 4-5 becomes 6, etc. You mean?
Yeah. Plus, if 4-5 is my tier, then it becomes tier +1. With the
In that case, I'll say that.
Well, it's relevant then, because if it just upgrades the difficulty by 1, I might as well just not roll for it.
I'd say no. I'll say okay. So I'll say that 4-5, you can make like fake crates of cabbages or whatever, make them look like that.
Cool.
A 6 is you'll be able to conceal one more crate,
tier +1,
and then 2 tier up, you'll be able to secure
2 crates.
2 crates, yeah.
Okay, I like that. Cool, fine, cool. Which is tier +1, tier +2, basically. Cool. Okie dokie. Here we go. Effective standards. Bonus dice is 0. Let's do this. Okay, cool. So it's tier +1. So it's...
You've managed to disguise the boxes and conceal one more crate.
Great. That's great. There we go. 2 coin. Cool.
So you've got you've got 9 coins worth concealed within the damned emporium, the damned dodger, and then any other crates will be disguised, but they will be findable, basically.
Yes. Wait, say that one more time so we're all clear. So, because we're going to probably finish soon, so next we're going to come back all clear. So, because that all sounds like not to undercut, that sounds like too much. We said before we had 2 crates, 3 each. So yes, 3 each, yes. 2 plus 1, another 3. I get to 9 exactly. So 6 coins worth are completely secured, completely tucked away, and the one other crate is there but disguised.
I think they give you a maximum of 3 crates.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense. 3 crates.
You have 3 crates concealed now.
Great.
So it's 9 coin on the table.
Cool. But the level of concealment of those 3 coins
are like completely concealed.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm happy with this. I think it's a great result.
I've got a plan. So we're not very. I think deception is unlikely because we're not very social as we've been over. So maybe if we try and disable the gate using our stealth and prowess. It depends on how many guards and stuff there are, but we don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a balance, right? It definitely is more in our wheelhouse, but that's just because our wheelhouse doesn't make it easier. That's still a pretty.
Yes.
That's a big.
It'll be hard.
That's a heist in itself, isn't it? that's
Yeah, and it'd be hard to get away and do your actual score.
Yeah.
Being chased by blue coat patrols.
Yeah.
After you've blown up this. I bet it's like one of those.
Like, not blow up. Just take the oil out.
It's probably like one of those things. There's 2 towers and like a thick chain across the river.
Oh. You know, in Dishonored, I was picturing one of them like light gates.
I mean, there will be lightning barriers as well. They have to get around.
Yeah, well then, Templeton is right then. So look, we're confident now the boat is pretty good. If we get through, we're pretty happy we're going to get to the destination pretty much unaccosted. Anything can happen. When we roll our Snake Eyes engagement roll, of course that's going to fuck it up. But we know. All we need now is just a way to passage, which again, it sounds like they're gone. Who's controlling the gates? Is that Blue Coats or Gondoliers? Who's actually responsible for the checkpoints?
I think it would be Blue Coats.
Okay, that's a lot tougher then, yeah. Because Gondoliers, because we're paying the tithe, we can kind of assume that's kind of done and dusted. We've told them, look guys, we're coming in, we'll pay you a tithe, so they're pretty happy. So yeah, we have to get through this checkpoint.
Yeah, I feel like doubling down on our ability to securely get through the checkpoint would be good. So
you don't want to find a secret passageway.
Well.
Is that not what Lorenzo?
That's
Lorenzo's idea of tracking, keeping an eye on the waterways.
Yeah, it won't work. I don't think.
I don't think.
Unlikely. I think Milo probably had the best solution with talking to them, but we don't have any other skills to do so. Really.
So we'll find a way. So Silas is going to have a chat with Arvis, and he's going to implore him, not intimidate him at this time, to get them some information on smuggling routes, and he will argue to Arvis, firstly, that they're like getting on really well, like kind of like besties already, but also that they will be paying tithes to the gondoliers. It would be in the gondoliers' interest to ensure we were able to successfully complete our operation, and we need so very little from them as friendly smugglers who could work together in the future. I think that's all my boxes have ticked. That perhaps they should reveal some information to us.
Yes. Okay. So let me think. What's the best way to resolve this? I think what I'm going to do is roll a fortune roll to see how well they feel towards you.
Okay.
I think I'll give you a +1 for beating the Red Sashes, their enemies, and being allied with the Lampblack. So like it's kind of like they're factionally aligned to you. And I think if you completed your long-term project, I probably would have given you another dice. You're helping the citizenry long-term project.
I was thinking about that when you mentioned that they're pro all the citizens. So well, maybe that can come into play in the future.
But it's 3 dice, so
that's pretty good going.
That is pretty good going.
So is that 3 dice total, or 3 dice counteracting the no dice that I'll have?
So I'm rolling just a fortune.
You're rolling. You're just rolling a fortune roll based on that. Sweet, that works for me.
Yeah, I'm rolling for you here.
Sweet.
Well, it's a 6.
Hey, yo.
It's a 5-6-5.
It's 6.
That's so close to a 666.
God damn. Just imagine they would have done it for us.
Yeah, Arvis is like, oh, give him me, and I'll take him. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm actually going to send you a fleet of gondoliers to help on the way.
You are quite right, Silas. I do actually quite like you a lot, actually.
Yeah, is that what it all really came down to, then?
Actually, Silas, I don't think I've felt this way about anyone in my life before.
Well, yeah, I think Arvis says he'll go and talk to them on behalf of you. Comes back later that day. Says, well, happy to report the gondoliers have heard of the damned Emporium, and they are quite the quite the fans of your recent work. Humiliating the red sashes and securing the lampblacks in their powerful position. They seem to be profiting a lot from that arrangement. And they've also seen your smashers, trying to do the right thing and protect the citizens of Crowsfoot. So they were more than happy to allow me to guide you to one of the secret ancient passageways that they control.
Well, thank you very much, Elvis. I must say there's a certain amount of work still to do with the citizenry, but I do believe we shall get there. Shame couldn't you bring along for the ride this time, but well, maybe you can ferry me home.
So I'll go as far as the gate to open it, but I will close it behind you again. I shan't be going into the Deathlands. No.
I just wanted a point to clarify there, Mr. Colburn. Will I be able to open the gate again from the other side?
Well, it is easier to find on the outside than it is on the inside. The Bluecoats don't tend to check the outside of the walls.
In that case, I shall have to trust in my innate ability to remember from whence I came.
My tip is to perhaps leave a little sign or something. Remember some detail about that part of the wall.
You're right. I shall leave a waypoint on my map.
It's probably like special gondolier runes, marks like thieves' marks and stuff.
Yeah.
It is like Skyrim. He marks your map for you. Yeah, quest marker.
Yeah. Arvus has added a point to your map.
Arvus with his exclamation mark over his head.
Yeah. Oh, surely good. Thanks, Arvus.
Don't mention it any time. Gondoliers have been good to me, and so has the damned Emporium, so happy for you to be getting along. And hopefully this is the last work you'll be doing for those dimmer sisters.
Well, it'll be the last way, one way or the other. Either Lorenzo gets that soul out of him, or he dies horribly, I imagine, and there will be, well, maybe that'll be one final job, but hopefully we won't have to go and burn it down,
Stop trying to burn all the faction headquarters down.
There's so many jokes of burning things down today. One of them could happen.
Look, if Silas puts his mind to it, he can burn it down.
Arvus says, "Oh, so you're releasing spirits from spirit bottles. Which whisper did you hire to do that?"
Well, you see, Elvis, we've a cunning plan. It involves, and I think you're going to like this, not using a whisper because we're broke. I don't suppose you do any pro bono work, do you?
It's a bold strategy. It's like, no, I'm afraid I won't be doing any work for free, but I will tell you this for free. If you're planning on releasing, how many spirit bottles did you say you had? A dozen?
Oh, something like that. Is that a good safe number?
Well, normally we would release a spirit very carefully and make sure they don't turn around and attack you. So if you're out there for a week, maybe you can get through 12, but if you release them all at once, you'll probably be eviscerated by the spirits.
Oh, that's I do so like small talk,
Well, it's a fascinating profession. I recommend it to anyone if they're looking for a career in Duskfall.
It's a wonder that anyone manages to make a career out of it. So, well, you see, if my companions weren't such absolutely insufferable, intolerable skinflints, then we might be able to scrimp and save enough money together to pay to bring an expert on your recommendation. So I shall have to go and have a word with them. I shall let you know if I've managed to get any money out of their pockets, so that we don't all die. To save Lorenzo.
Heard that bloke Sassashell was quite good before he went all weird and started worshipping demons. Leading a cult.
Yeah, it's a funny old fellow. Lives out in an island in the middle of who knows where now.
Yeah. He opened a portal to the bottom of the sea and just went through it, and that was the last anyone saw of him. Now he lives in a pineapple.
Later, bitch.
On the basis of Arvis's information that he's so graciously shared with us, does anyone think maybe we perhaps should hire him?
Well, that's a question for next session when we will do the score.
I mean, logically makes sense, right? But Lorenzo's not heard anything that you've heard.
I think as well that
Silas is going to go back and report this to the group.
Yeah. I think the scavengers would have some experience with the spirits. Obviously not as properly professionally as a whisper, but
well, I did spend 2 downtime activities getting a cohort specifically for this score.
Yeah.
So I hope they'd have something useful to tell me. At all.
Yeah, the
I'm
scavs
going to go
like...
to them for my downtime, not for my gathering info even. I'm just going to go talk to them.
Scavs are all going to be like, all right, boss, we're here. Have you brought a whisper? The first thing you need to know about Deathlands, you definitely need one.
Yeah.
We're going to be like, oh.
And if you don't have one, you're definitely fucked.
Yeah, they're experts in finding which mushrooms to eat and how to breathe the toxic air.
Stop nerfing my fucking scavs.
Well, welcome to my world.
Thing is, if you said you wanted a group of people to help you release spirits, I would have suggested a group of adepts, like the occultists, rather than the scavengers.
No, so my thought would be that these guys are used to living out there, so they're used to maneuvering without drawing.
Yeah. They'll definitely bring some effect. They'll definitely be able to help you in some way.
Like I said, I think the part of the bit we're missing is what do we do when we get there. So that sounds like it's quite supported by your guys. So I think that's really good, Lawrie, in that they'll be the ones actually help us. Like when we got the boat, right? Where the fuck is actually the place we go to? So I think it is good.
Well, I'd hope they're used to combating ghosts as well. So if we need to start blasting these spirits, well, dim assistants don't know, eh? They just said release them. They didn't say not kill them. They did just say release them. Don't
we're all going to die next week.
What? Sorry, what? The downtime. What did you actually achieve, Silas? Sorry.
Sorry. What did I actually achieve? I secured us a secret passage out of the city. As a smuggler. It's pretty fucking pivotal.
Actually. This is what I'm just.
Is the old man asleep in the boat again?
I heard a lot of conversation, a lot of wonderful Welsh accents, and I get a bit daisy when I hear Welsh accents.
Olly, what were you talking about in a discourse?
So Arvis talks
in a conflict.
Arvis talks to gondoliers, and the gondoliers revealed to him a secret side passage. Yeah, because they liked us so much. Wonderful, good work, mate. Smashed it.
Basically, you just had a bromance with bloody Arvis.
My wounds up arms. I'm good.
You didn't even have to pay him. He just gave you the information for brown nosing him a bit.
He gave us some very good information, which we're almost certainly going to immediately disregard and just go, but these guys, nice bag of mushrooms.
Yeah.
We can tackle that.
This is the extent I have to go to make you like an NPC. Is to give you
a Welsh accent. I like it every time.
Is to be like, I'm going to do nothing but help you for nothing.
Oh, he has good reason to help us, though. The
That's
flip
true.
side is when you got people who just constantly want to screw us over, even if it's just a bit.
True.
Yeah, you got
'cause
those too.
Yeah.
For him, if we're working with the
do.
Gondoliers, that's going to help him.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly.
I know it's
He'll
all.
be
It's,
able to
I'm being facetious. It all makes sense. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's that fucking pirate captain again? Bring him back so we can kill him again.
Who?
Oh, from Soulbound.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
Yeah,
The
who
dwarf.
Molasses killed
Yeah.
in the epilogue. Yeah.
The one who's supposed to be a bit of like a sort of neutral-ish antagonisty character, but he's actually kind of useful.
Morally
who
grey
like,
man here.
I hate you. We all want to kill you straight away because you've inconvenienced us.
You're the only one with an airship in this
He's the guy who
city.
ditched us at sea.
To be, I hate to dredge up old wounds, but Mikey is right about that one. Ditching us in the middle of the sea is
Yeah.
that's not like I picked up your umbrella by accident. It's like
He
sorry,
left.
I
He
guys
left
to-
you stuff to float on, and you were like
Nothing.
two Stormcast Eternals, one who could fly.
It's the intent I didn't like.
Yeah.
You were marooned.
Yes.
Yes, but it was a published adventure, so the writers didn't know that this group in particular was incredibly vengeful for any slight at all.
It was the
I
start of the
haven't,
campaign, like 6 months later as well. It did carry
I haven't
on,
obviously played with all the other groups, but I just have this feeling that players in general might be quite vengeful.
Oh yeah,
Are you,
100%.
So,
are you sure you weren't like playing Duarden with your Book of Grudges? Or
No, PCs just have them built in.
Yeah.
I think they do, don't they?
just
Yeah.
a rolling Book of Grudges?
But it
constantly?
is Mikey who has the most potent grudge book.
Oh yes,
That's
he's
enjoyable.
literally got his notebook. Literally is
Agreement.
this guy. I hate this guy.
It's literally Ira Stark's list.
What's his
That's,
name?
big
I hate
book
him.
of-
Yeah.
My big book of grievances.
All right, guys.
Just use
All right,
Lovely.
yeah. GG
Yeah.
contest tonight.
Chat session.
Nice
Yeah,
one.
we made progress.
Yeah,
We're progressed.
you have progressed.
We're
I
progressed.
think
We're
we made good characterful use of free time.
and downtime.
yes.
And looking for trouble. I'm never going to get it right. Not looking for trouble. Gathering information.
I think for you specifically, it's called Looking for Trouble.
Looking for trouble. Even from looking for trouble. That's
Looking
that's
for a way
like
to tinker.
Yeah,
doing something. Anyway.
you're all healed now. It's all good.
Woo!
All right,
Alrighty.
Hell yeah.
catch you guys next time.
Lovely.
Yep.
Boy, bye, chat.